Owls are 0-5 overall, 0-2 in the American. We're in action this past Saturday, lost to Louisville 30-7. Temple in action this week, this Friday at Cincinnati. That will be an 8:30 p.m. start. The game will be on either ESPN or ESPN2. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call. If you could take a minute to tie up the game against Louisville, and then if you could tell us what you're looking forward to in a somewhat short week up at Cincinnati on Friday, please.
Yeah, obviously, we had a chance to see kind of the team that we want to become in Louisville. They are an outstanding football team, and we're not happy with our first half. Was proud of the fact that our team battled till the end. I knew Charlie was going to let Teddy play the whole game and throw the ball, whether they were up or not. And I was proud of the fact that our guys kept them out of the end zone in the second half. And P.J. Walker came in, did a nice job for us moving the football at times, hurt ourselves a couple times. But we were able to finally block a punt and then eventually throw a touchdown pass to finish the game the right way. And they told our team, at least outscore them in the second half. So as we move forward now, we'll obviously see a Cincinnati team that has a great defense, a veteran quarterback, and skill as good as anyone we've seen. So we have a lot of work as we get into this week, and we started this morning.
Take questions for Coach Rhule, please. Hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you. Go ahead with questions, please.
We'll take our first question from Nick Mensa with Comcast Sportsnet Philadelphia.
Hi, Matt. How you doing?
Good, Nick. How are you?
Good. Can you just talk about how PJ looked yesterday, performing with the ones in practice, and if you've made any decision on who's going to start Friday night versus Cincinnati?
Yeah, as of right now, PJ will start. That he looked. Last night was just more of a film session, not much. We practiced this morning. I just kind of came off the field. Haven't really seen the tape, but I thought he did some good things, and he was very coachable about what he could have done better on Saturday in the game. So we'll look for him to start, and Connor ready to play.
How much of this decision moving forward is as a result of PJ being ready and being able, and maybe Connor still being less than 100%?
I think we're in the fortunate position, Nick, that I'm not saying we're going to be a spoiler with the Gators, but we have two guys that can play. So if we have two guys that are competent. Even in the game, I thought Connor played well early. He dropped back and threw the ball well, and just really didn't have the protection we needed for him to be successful. But we felt like PJ has, over the course of the last 4 or 5 weeks, really gotten better and better and better, and feel like it's his time now to go out and play, and Connor has to wait for his time.
Thanks, Matt.
Sure.
We'll take our next question from Zach Gelb of Whip Radio.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was told that Juice Granger is now getting reps at tight end. What factored into that decision, if it's true?
Unfortunately for Clinton, he wasn't able to be at practice last Wednesday or today, so that's why he didn't really play in the game. We've been giving him some reps out there just because last week Coyer's been banged up, and with the Loach out for the year, just kind of running out of bodies here. Deion Miller wasn't able to, only play 3 or 4 players on Saturday, and his condition hit him again. So we're just hurting for some athletes, and obviously Juice is a great athlete, and his willingness to go out and do it allowed us to make the move. So I don't know, because we're going to practice how far along he'll get, but he's at least given the shot, and he brings a lot of athleticism to the table.
Thanks, Coach.
Sure, buddy.
We'll take our next question from Bill Morrison from 24/7 Temple.
Hey, Coach, I know you're totally focused on this week, but a couple of quick recruiting questions. Just curious to know, first of all, if anything has changed and you might consider adding a few JUCO players to the mix. And then I was also curious to know how many quarterbacks you think you're going to sign next year.
Well, those are two great questions. The quarterback question is fluid. I'm planning on just taking one, and knowing that eventually at some point we're going to have to take two. We'll have Connor, PJ, and then signing one would leave us with 3 scholarship guys, and then with the necessity of getting at some point getting 2 the next year. So we're waiting, just kind of see the availability, and then we'll probably we always look for a junior college player here or there, but there's some positions that we feel like we're going to need some help next year, and we'll have to might have to, look at taking a couple more than we originally planned.
Great, Coach. Good luck Friday.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And do we have any other questions for Coach Rhule, please? Star 1 on your telephone, if so. And seeing none, Coach, well, thank you for your time this week. We look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Temple at Cincinnati this Friday, 8:30 p.m. Again, the game will be on either ESPN or ESPN2.